Good morning, everyone. It's 9 a.m. Cairo time and 7 a.m. GMT. Detailed news release coming to you from the British University TV. I am Eva Milad. And here are the headlines. New victory for women in Egypt, Parliament elections 2020. Hackers targeted U.S. nuclear weapons agency. Egypt received the first shipment of the coronavirus vaccine. 4-week England lockdown due to new variant of COVID-19. There is the details in news. New victory for women in Egyptian Parliament elections 2020. The Egyptian woman has demonstrated her ability to assume her responsibilities and has become a great force in the Egyptian street that cannot be overdone or underestimated. A new achievement for Egyptian women after the announcement of the result of the 2020 parliamentary elections. To increase the number of women in Parliament 2020 from the previous one by 30%, where women received 148 seats in the Egyptian Parliament. So Egyptian women won 26% of the total number of those elected in the Parliament after the constitutional agreement granted them at least 25%. Reception of 100 Parliament numbers on Tuesday, 23 December. The General Secretary of Parliament, headed by Councillor Mohammed Fawzi, decided to receive the Parliament member of Cairo and Delta as the first representative within the reception that will be organized for members of the new Parliament. Councillor Mohammed Fawzi confirmed that due to the precautionary measurements and in the interest of the health safety of the new Parliament members, the General Secretary of the Council prepared a plan to organize the precautions for the receiving a new representative and handing them membership cards to maintain social distancing and prevent overcrowding. Hackers targeted U.S. nuclear weapons agency. The National Nuclear Security Administration and Energy Department, which safeguard the U.S. stockpile of the nuclear weapon, have had their network hacked as part of the widespread cyber attack. When the Department of Energy identified vulnerable software, immediate action was taken to mitigate the risk, and all software identified as being susceptible to this attack was discounted from the Department of Energy network on a number of federal agencies. President-elect Joe Biden said in the statement that his administration will make cybersecurity a top priority at every level of government, and they will make dealing with this breach a top priority from the moment they will take the office. And there is a report about the attack. U.S. sanction NATO ally Turkey. The United States has imposed the long-anticipated sanctions on NATO ally Turkey over Ankara's obtaining and testing of a Russian-made S-400 air defense system. The sanctions targeted Turkey's President of Defense Industrials, its main defense procurement entry, as well as the group's president Ismail Demir and 3 other officers. The Turkey's officers will face U.S. visa restrictions and the financial assets in the U.S. will be frozen. The sanction will be exacerbate tensions with Turkey, which is already at odds with the United States on the number of foreign policy issues and is being actively courted by Russia. This is the end of our political news around the world, and now moving to the health news and sports news with my colleague Ahmed.
Egypt receives the first shipment of the coronavirus vaccine. Dr. Hala Zayed, Minister of Health, accompanied by a Chinese Emirate delegation, received the first batch of the Chinese Sinopharm vaccine against coronavirus, coming from the UAE, where the shipment is estimated at 50,000 doses. The primary in distributing The vaccine will be for workers at the Ministry of Health, especially workers in isolation, chest hospital, fever, and oncology patient. The vaccine is taken in the shoulder muscle in 2 doses, separated by 21 days. Those welcoming people praised the efforts of the Ministry of Health, wishing the return of hope for a life without corona. Early interview with one of the nurses who is already working in the health sector. Good morning, Omar Musallamani. We need some clarification about the vaccine at the health sector, and the people who work there will be the first people to take the vaccine. Do you afraid of vaccine, as most of the world speak about Pfizer's vaccine more? Thank you, Musallamani, for your effort in the health sector in Egypt, hoping to see you safe. For week, England lockdown due to new variant of COVID. Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced the change for England, special in the Christmas time, and after scientists said a new coronavirus variant was spreading more rapidly. Pubs, restaurants, gyms, and non-essential shops will have to close for 4 weeks from Thursday, while school, colleges, and universities can stay open. The UK had alerted the World Health Organization to the new stream of coronavirus after modeling suggested it could spread more quickly than other forms. This is sports news. Moussimani has been tested positive for coronavirus. Al-Ahli announces that South African coach Moussimani, coach of the team, was infected with the coronavirus. Al-Ahli announced in an official statement that Moussimani will undergo health isolation inside the Ministry of Health until he gets recovery. The next match between Al-Ahli and Ghazal Mahalla in the second round match of the Egyptian League will be under the supervisor assistant coach of Al-Ahli club, Kevin Johnson. Rasha banned from Tokyo Olympics and 2022 World Cup. The Court of Arbitration for Sport has ruled that Russia can't use its name, flag, and anthem at the next 2 Olympic or at any World Championship for the next 2 years. The World Anti-Doping Agency had proposed a 4-year ban. Russia has also been prevented from hosting international events. World Athletics said it will decide in March 2021 whether to allow Russian athletes who can prove they are clean to compete as natural athletes in International Athletics Championship. This is the end of the sport news. Now I will leave you with my colleague Eva with the entertainment news.
And this is the entertainment news. Synergy and the Constellations of Starter with Dear Guest Award. Synergy, headed by Mr. Tamer Morsi, won the Best Production Company Award at the Dear Guest Award ceremony for the outstanding production of the series The Choice, which was shown last Ramadan and achieved a wide audience in Egypt and the Arab world, and high viewing rates on the various electoral platforms, and received the award is the artistic product of Synergy Shadi Alam. During this ceremony, the star Nelly Karim won the Best Comedic Actress Award in the drama for the series Bemit Wish and Dance, while on stage on the song Millionaire as the star presenter celebrated her birthday. A large number of art stars were keen to attend the Dear Guest party and shine on the red carpet. Tom Cruise furious on the set after crew allegedly weren't following safety protocols. A recording has emerged of Tom Cruise shouting at workers on the set on Mission Impossible 7 and threatening to fire them if they broke COVID-19 guidelines, with 2 of the crew members allegedly standing less than a meter away from each other at a computer screen. Cruz was furious that the efforts to keep the Mission Impossible 7 train rolling along in the midst of the pandemic were being threatened by certain people not following social distancing and other guidelines in the place. Here is a snap of what Cruz yelled at those within the era. This is the end of our 9 a.m. news bulletin of the British University TV. Thank you for watching and see you next week.